no place to go now we got businesses. Niggas try to kick it with me.
Welcome to Free Game Podcast, y'all. Yes, sir. It's your boy Big Keys, man. You know, I'm here with my man's right here.
J Bug.
Yes, sir. And then I got 3 new artists out here, man. We doing an artist podcast. We trying to shout y'all out, man. You know, we just show love to all the Chicago artists that's on the come up and on the rise, and just give y'all some, you know, some praises, man. You want to give y'all a chance to shine and give yourself a platform to speak on. You feel me? So we gonna start with an introduction real quick. We gonna start to the right. What's your name? Nope, there's y'all. Yep, you're right.
Oh.
There you go.
Wait, me?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I skipped that in school, the left-right thing. So that was my bad. My name is Liv Peterson. My artist name is Liv Roscoe's.
Okay.
What do you want to know about me?
I want to know.
Everything.
No, we ain't. Nah,
Social Security.
That's gonna be a long story. We gonna know. We want to know where you
312.
from. Where you from? What is the latest song that you perform? Who's your favorite artist?
Okay. Where I'm from is a long story, but I grew up on the border of Montana and Canada.
Okay.
I was born in Cali.
Okay.
And I moved to Chicago probably 15 years ago, 14 years ago.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm looking back here. It's just, you know.
Yeah, no, you good. Back and forth.
But I've lived on the west side for the past like 11, 12 years.
Okay. That's good. That's
Humble
good.
Park, specifically.
290.
Yes.
Yeah. Out
Where
west.
the flag, like Cali division, where the flags are.
Oh yeah, you right there.
You know, it's just I'm like hearing hearing salsa music in my sleep.
Yeah, that's that's what the Mexican friends at,
Yeah.
man. My little Spanish
I'm
friends.
Puerto Rican.
Okay.
Puerto Rican. Oh yeah.
I'll say that's
you better
different.
get it right. Get it right, because they will come for you.
Hey, go. Yeah. I don't
Oh,
want
you
no
mean
problem.
West Side of Cali, Cat? Oh, I'm tweaking.
Yeah.
Oh, we thought you talking about Chicago. West side
No,
of Chicago.
I'm talking about Chicago.
Oh,
right.
West side of Chicago, where the flag is, where the Puerto Rican flag is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They got their own flag out there too, man. Chicago's so segregated, it don't even make no sense, man.
That's what's
Yeah,
up,
you know,
though.
South side, west side, there's a little,
Yeah.
we're trying to get it together. We're trying to unite, right?
Yeah.
K-Dot just got the West Side together, man.
Yeah. So you're stupid. I just got
Yeah.
So what was the next
The
question?
next question is, what is the latest song that you perform or wrote?
The latest song. Oh, I just am working on a song called Lost in Myself. So I just performed that. Kind of has like a James Bond type of vibe. So if you think like, you know, like the sexy woman spy and she like just blew up a building and she's like walking out in her all black. That's like the vibe. That's the vibe of the song. So I want to do like get it on like sync licensing and stuff. So I just performed that with a full band and that will be on my new project. And then you said, who's an artist that's inspiring me lately?
Yes.
That's hard.
It could be old, new. It's just like somebody you've been.
Oh, I've
seeing.
been listening
Like,
to
yeah.
I really enjoyed Shaka Khan's Tiny Desk.
Okay.
Like I've been listening to her a lot lately for some I don't know why. I just
That's a good
like
pick.
Shaka Khan all summer. Like
Yeah.
I want to go see her.
Got a Hall of Famer right there.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, so Shaka Khan.
Okay. All right, my man's in the middle, man, with the glass, with the locks, man. What's your name, man?
Hey y'all, how y'all feeling? My name is Terrence. I go by the artist name of Poonie Low, PTLG. Born and raised Chicago, South Side, Inglewood. Yeah, that's pretty much about me, man. That's where I'm from.
Okay. What's the latest song and project that you've worked on or performed?
Okay, so the latest song I performed will be my song Destiny. You can find it on YouTube. The latest project I'm working on is called I'm Not Here. It's basically saying like everything I've been through for the past 2 years. I'm trying to figure out myself, trying to cut out the middleman with a lot of things. So I'm recording myself in as well as editing, videography, and all that type of thing. So I'm doing all of that right now.
Major.
So you basically one man army, huh?
Yeah, right now, yeah.
That's
I
like
mean,
that.
I want a team. I promise you, I do
I was
want a
about to say,
team.
you
but-
gotta get you a team.
You gotta get
man.
you a team together, man. You doing all that.
Yeah, but it's been cool though. I've been having fun with it. I love learning new skills to put on my belt, so I don't have to worry about anything else. But I definitely want a team that I can actually share my aspirations with. So.
That's good. That's good. Now, what artists that you've been looking into that's like inspiring for you? Young, old, it don't matter. Like, it's just an artist that you've been like, yeah, I like how he or she is doing it right now.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if you guys know this guy called Coda the Friend,
Yeah.
but that's my dude. That he got me through a lot of things I was going through.
Is he a new artist? Is he on a come up?
I think he
heard of
he's
He
kind of a,
been rapping for
he
a
been
little
rapping
minute.
for a while. Yeah, he been rapping
I ain't
for a
never heard
while.
of him. You gotta send me some links.
Yeah, he's pretty dope. He's pretty dope, and he does the mental health, the men's mental health awareness thing, and I rock with it. I rock with it. That's why I aspire to be just help people get through what they doing and understand they not alone.
That's good. I like that, man. I like that.
Like my boy Zion right here.
My man Zion at the end here. Give me an introduction, man. Where you from?
What's up, y'all? No, no, it's Mr. Ooey, Prince of Peace, voice of the youth, the Mr. Make It Through movement. Mission is to change the narrative for upcoming generations so we can produce music that's about uplifting each other and not about killing each other and degrading women. I feel like right now mainstream media, mainstream music right now is too in our kids' faces. And kids are supposed to be kids right now. Kids are not supposed to be acting like adults. So so that's my mission right now is just to keep the kids being kids. You know what I'm saying? Also inspire adults too to make everybody feel comfortable in the room when you turn the radio on. That's what I'm all about. But yeah. What's the other questions?
The other question is, what is a song or project that you are working on right now? Or something that you like performed recently that you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, shout out to Breakdowns and this big song I'm pushing, Make It Through. It's all about uplifting the youth and especially the youth of Chicago. There's a lot of stuff going down. People are dying from their own blood, and I feel like music is the reason why it's happening, and music is the biggest influence on the planet. Music motivates you to work out. Music motivates you to read or just do something that influencer is telling you to do. Like how Donald Trump told people to come to the, you know what I'm saying? Like that's from a word. So if we can do that with our music, imagine how much power we can bring to the youth. So Make It Through, and that's the song I'm pushing. Make It Through.
Okay,
I produced it and written it myself.
It's out already?
No, it's coming out, but I produced. I've already like copyrighted it and everything, so it's cool if I like perform it or anything or anywhere. But it's coming out soon, very soon, probably like this month or something like that.
Okay, that's good.
Right on.
And then the last question is, what other artists, new or old, that you have been looking into and watching? Like, man, I like what they doing, and it's inspiring me to go harder.
Let me go from the old to the new. There's like a couple of them. We got MC Hammer, because the way he you wouldn't know anything about the Hammer, but MC Hammer is like a real threat. But like his mission,
I know that man.
His mission, despite of what people always talk about him, he lost all of his money. His mission was amazing. I like how Will Smith touched the mic because he never had to swear. He never had to degrade anybody. It was all positive music, and every time he dropped something, it was like a hit. You can look right now, there's like 100 million views on like all of his music videos and stuff like that. Michael Jackson, of course, like his impact on the world was phenomenal. James Brown, because his stage presence is the hardest working man in show business. I'm trying to work just like him without complaining. Right. Who else?
You got a large list of people.
One last person. Chancellor Bennett. Chance the Rapper.
Okay.
He's an amazing artist. He's having an album dropping soon called Starline, and it's his comeback. So people said he fall out, but I didn't think he fall out. I really liked his album, The Big Day. I really did. But he's having a big comeback with this album Starline. It's gonna be groovy.
Now, where you say you from again?
I'm from everywhere. No, I'm just playing. Bradley, Kankakee, but I live in Hyde Park.
Okay. All right, that's good. Man, I like this. That's good.
Yeah.
So, you're real international.
All right.
Yeah.
Got the big steppers in here today. All right, y'all.
Yeah.
Now for moving on to like one of our first questions, I just want to know what in this business, in this music business, like what really brings you joy? Like that's this for anybody can start it off, but what brings you joy? Like no matter what goes on, whether you had a bad show, you had a bad time at a studio, you having a bad personal life, like what is it about this music business keeps you just like, I'm happy doing this?
I'll say for me, the oh, you did a great job. I like that, but like I like the impact of what I'm doing and the message and the fact that I have a thing to where I don't know. It's just like I'm just a different. I'm not even. I hate saying this, but I feel like I'm a different type of art when it comes to the studio because I'm always by myself in the studio and I produce everything by myself. And I feel like this next project that I'm going to bring out is something amazing. And I'm not even trying to dim on anybody, but back then it took like 17 people to make one track, and I'm just one person in the studio doing everything by myself. And my mission is bigger than me. So I love what I'm doing just because of that. That's my favorite part about it. It's just making it and the impact that I'm bringing to the world.
Okay. Anybody else want to take a shot at that? That was good. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much what Zion said. I just love the impact that I make. I love when people, come out of the woodworks and just be like, man, that song right there, man, you got me through a lot with that song. And sometimes it brings them to tears because they just feel so rejuvenated and so revitalized. And I just like that about the art that I make and what I do. And it's especially now that I'm doing myself, just like Zion produces his own thing, I'm trying to learn that myself. I'm not the best at anything I do, but I still try to be the best as far as like bringing that message to the light and showing people that you can do it too. And I like to be there for my family because I know like out of my whole family, we don't have people that strive for what they believe in. So I want to be that first sign for them. And that brings me joy, especially when I do shows and people just, oh my God, you know,
Yeah.
I love just seeing people happy. Just turned up and just in their own mode.
In a
like,
good mood
man,
and
just,
good spirits
I
with you.
want to reinforce you are the king, you the queen, you everything. Like don't be sitting here because you got a problem. Them problems you can't take with you. So go ahead, just do what you can do right now.
You better preach.
That's
Talk about something.
that's what I be.
Go
That's
ahead.
all I'm about.
I want to eat. Go ahead.
He said Sunday podcast, okay?
He said we bring
It's
positivity,
Sunday, y'all.
and that's exactly what we doing. We pushing positivity, man. We pushing
we
real
doing.
positivity. What you got, Liv?
Yeah, I think for me, I love the community aspect of music. I think that music is so powerful because it doesn't matter what race, what culture, what religion, like what background you are. If you're a good artist or musician, it shows on stage. Like you feel in that moment, like you can really like change the world. Like you come together with people and everybody is in like a collective spirit, and it's a way that people can find joy. I think when people come into a space where there's a lot of love and community, where you're sharing your art and you're open and you're vulnerable in your music, I think it's a place where people can lay their burdens down and they can just exist for a moment. Like there's so much happening in the world. There's so much happening around you. And then when you walk into a space with good music and a good show, it's like you're releasing that. You're, the collective part of music, people singing at a show, like even just the show that I curated and you were a part of, like people singing with your set, you giving that back to people, you singing with the other artists. Like for me, community is everything. And so I like that aspect of going to a show or going to space, curating a show, singing at a show and just knowing everybody in the space. And it feels like family. Yeah. It feels like home in that space. You feel like you can just, be and exist without the expectations of something.
Yeah, so. It's mostly so what all three of you saying is like y'all want to feel the love and spread the love at the same time. Basically, with y'all artistry, y'all trying to like, connect each other through music. You feel me? And not just like, hey, everything don't have to be violent. Everything ain't got to be about money. Everything ain't got to be like that. It could just be love and real simple. Yeah, I like that. I see y'all good. We all need to go ahead and just perform together, man. We are the world, man. We together in this mug, boy. I like this. All right, you want to ask one of these questions? You got something? Okay. All right. I got one more question. I know y'all on a time schedule, so I'm gonna ask one last question real quick. So what in the music industry makes it hard nowadays for artists to break out? Like a lot of artists are hard working each and every day. Like they doing any and everything they can, but they still haven't reached that push that just took them over that hump. So what is it that is going on nowadays in today's music industry and today's media industry is what's hindering us as artists from growing to be like on that top stance?
A lot of people be like, and it is at the end of the day, it's you, but like yourself. But I can understand, for me, it's just people giving me like the benefit of the doubt, or like they're like, you know who you are, you know what you can bring to the table, and then when somebody tells you or acts like you're not who you are, it messes with your ego. And that I deal with that a lot. Like how certain people dap me up, and it's just like that will ruin my whole mood. Marshall, no, that will ruin my whole mood for like 2 hours. Like the way somebody just makes me feel that I'm not great. And that's my whole message, is to make other people feel like they're great. And that really makes me get like not want to talk to nobody, and I'll listen to my own music to make me feel better. So that's really the only thing that I feel like most artists really deal with, is people trying to make them feel like they're not who they are. And that's what it is.
Yeah, that's a good one. I felt that one. What about you? Anybody else? Live?
Yeah, I have a lot to say about this. But I would say a couple of different things. I think as a kid, right, you're always told like, hey, you can do anything you want to do. You can make it. You can be an artist. Then there's a switch. Then it's like, okay, when you actually go for that, it's like, hold on a second. You're not going to make money being an artist. What are you doing? And you're like, wait, you told me when I was 5 that I could be a ballerina, that I could be a pop star, like I could be anything I wanted. Now you're switching it up like when you graduate high school. And so I think it's a couple things. I think it's resources for maybe people that don't want to go into the traditional route of college. Maybe they want to learn how to start their own business, become an artist. Like there's not the resources, the guidance for that. Like, okay, you want to become an artist. Here's A through Z of like how to like work on stage presence, like the skill development behind that, how to, work on your taxes as an artist, how to get bookings. Like there's just no guidance on that, because I think there's not a value in it. It's like a pipe dream for a lot of people, or it's like we say things in the US like, oh, well, you can do this and that, but we don't actually like act and believe on that, or believe in our youth that they can do those things. So I think that's a big thing. I think also having the right people around you is really important. I think if you don't have the right people around you, or people with a negative mindset, or people that don't believe in you, then it is just like, oh, it's just a pipe dream. Like it's not a reality.
You feel like it's just like a hobby at this point.
Yeah, it's just a hobby.
It ain't a job for real.
And then I think the third thing would be artists need to diversify their portfolio and what they're able to do. So I think sometimes we get in our own way as artists, and we're like, well, we're only going to do this. We're only going to do that. I'm only going to focus on this if I can make it in this way. And it's like, no, as an artist, you have to be an entrepreneur, a creative entrepreneur. You have to know how to do everything. Edit, do content creation, write, act, like rap, sing, dance. Like you do it for other people, throw shows, curate. Like the more skills you have, the more incomes of revenue you can build to sustain yourself as an artist.
And you know what artist I take on that I look up to, even though I can't do half the things he can do, is Chris Brown. Chris Brown can do everything. That man can draw, he can paint, he can sing, he can dance, he can rap, he can play basketball, he can act. That man, like he said, he's gonna be rich regardless. Y'all gonna know his name. So I feel like this might be a stretch, but I always said like this is our version of a Michael Jackson. This is for our generation. Like we look up to this guy. He can do everything. You feel me? He that guy.
Steal your girl at the show for $1,000.
He that guy. You gotta give him his
with a picture.
Like, right. I'm saying like who you know that's an artist that can charge people $1,100 to take a picture and go viral each time. It ain't too many artists that can do that. You feel me? So it's like that's why I'm like, man, that's good. But we gonna take a quick little intermission right quick. But then now this is good, man. I like y'all talks, man. Y'all answers, y'all stuff, and this is good energy real quick. All right, y'all, we back again with our artist podcast, giving shout outs to all our artists on the come up in Chicago. Our artist Zion had to step out. He got a show performing literally around this exact same time. So we wish him the best of luck on his show, but we gonna still continue this podcast for y'all, man. We gonna keep going, man. We ain't gonna cut it short, man. We gonna keep going with the good vibes and the good energy. All right, how y'all feeling so far on the podcast? Y'all feeling comfortable talking though?
Right.
Y'all have some strong answers, boy. I like that. Y'all ready, but that's what I like though. Y'all artists, y'all prepared, and even if you ain't prepared, you freestyling. Yep. You freestyling off the top of the brain, man, and it feel good, don't it?
Feel great.
All right, so
my mic wasn't even on, but we're good.
Oh, your mic wasn't on? Oh, you turned it off?
I don't know. Maybe. I only said yeah, so it's fine. Like
okay. Yeah, it wasn't that bad. We good there. We good. All right, so moving into the questions, again, I want to know what are you looking forward to this summer in Chicago with your artistry? Like you got what is so I mean summer's already here, but we probably like 1/3 through the summer. And you know we got a lot of festivals going on in Chicago, a lot of open mics, a lot of events going on. Like, what are you looking forward to this summer? Even if it's not even if it's not just artistry, like what's outside of your own personal life that you looking forward to this summer? Like you trying to get accomplished. Like by the end of the summer, I want to have this accomplished for myself, or I want to get this done, or I want to go here, I want to see that. Like what's y'all plans for this summer going forward?
Don't all speak at once. But I'll go. He took a quick nap while you were while you were asking that question.
I'm thinking.
Oh, you were thinking. I was like, he took a little. He was like, I was already outside this summer last night. So I can go first while you are deep in thought over there thinking about what you're gonna say. So I was gonna say, well, I was able to get a DCASE grant so I can finish my project, which I'm really excited about because as we know, like paying out of stuff out of pocket as an artist is really expensive. It hurts. So now with this grant, I'll be able to finish the writing. I only have one more song to write and then finish the mixing and mastering, the marketing, and then the rollout of the project and then the party with the EP release. So that's really what I'm going to be working on. I'm kind of taking a break from performing this summer so I can just focus on getting that all together for like a fall launch. So that's what I'm excited about. And I'm also excited about, I've been getting booked and asked to host, which is kind of new for me. Well, people are like, Liv, you do this every day with like event curation, but it's a different skill. It's a different skill set. And so just learning how to, you know, make money and connections off of different skill sets. You know, need to get back into playing my violin more, doing backtracks, hosting, and then always doing event curation and throwing shows. But yeah, and I'm also just excited to experience Chicago. Like I wrote a whole bucket list of everything I want to do because it seems like I get really busy with event curation. And most of my summers is like back-to-back booking shows, booking events. And then it's like the end of the summer, like I didn't do anything. Because I was just like curating.
Fun for you.
Yeah, it's like I'm constantly grinding, pushing, like doing shows. So
you need that balance.
Yeah, so I really just like going to festivals, going outside, experiencing summer. Because there's like one thing about Chicago is like you're going to have 20 festivals on one weekend. And it's like, yes, you have to pick or you have to try to go to all of them in one weekend because
too much.
Because it's like we're inside and it's so cold for so long that the minute it becomes sunny for 3 months, it's like, okay, we got to go. Like there's so much happening. Like if you're not outside in the summer, like what are you doing in Chicago? Because there's so much free stuff to do. You need to be outside. So
Chief Keef come back.
You came back.
Yeah, I was there.
You was there?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
See?
Why you playing? I thought you was there. Like,
I was in the front, like, no, I was
that
not.
love song, oh, and no, hey, I was okay.
I have a Chief Keef story though.
What's the story?
yeah.
You want to hear? Okay.
Yeah.
So I was
Talk
singing.
about
Okay, so I was singing downtown. I was like singing on the street with somebody. I don't know. Like somebody asked me to come sing. Like, you know, what is it called? Like busking. When you sing, it's like when you sing on the street and you have like your guitar case or something open, you get paid.
Oh, okay. I know
Like street sing. I don't know. Like on the red line.
I know it was a name for it.
Yeah, it's called busking. So you have to have, you're supposed to have like licensing, but there's a lot of Chicago artists that just make money doing that in the summer. Yeah. So Chief Keef has this hood Asian producer named DJ Ken. I don't know if you know who this is.
Yeah.
I think Japanese dude that moved over here. And he was listening to me sing with a bunch of his other producers and other people. And then he came up to me and was like, hey, like, I want to get you in the studio. Like, I want you to come to the studio over here and like meet Chief Keef and do like, be a part of our team. Like they were about to like have a sit down meeting and wanted to sign me and all this stuff. And it was crazy because I was like, First of all,
already?
first of
What you
all,
say?
like I don't know you. Second of all, like you wanted me to come to the studio by myself as a female, way out south as a
Oh, you
white
want you to
girl.
come by yourself.
Like,
Yeah,
I
that,
was like,
bang bang.
it's giving video vixen, and I'm just not about it. And it was just crazy. I was like, and then I was like, hey, I don't really think the style of music. I was respectful, like, hey, thank you for this opportunity. Dex was like, first, my husband was like, I don't think this is real. Like, I don't think this dude is real. Like, then I looked him up and all of his accolades, and he's like, oh, okay, like he's really doing all this stuff. And he was like, Liv, like, what do you want to do? Like, this doesn't seem like it's your style, like, what's happening? Like jazz singer, like now, like it's just, it just didn't really. So I just was like, respectfully, like this isn't. I feel like this would be a compromise to like, my music, and I just don't feel like it fits the style. Like, why are you at like this doesn't fit the style of Chief Keef? Like, this is so random. And he like called me out my name, called me like a bitch. And then he was like, you missed this opportunity. You could have been making all this money. Like you don't even know what you turned down. Like I could have, made your life this and that. And I was like, sir,
now listen to me.
It's not even all that.
That sound like
So that's my Chief Keef story.
that sound like a dude who was trying to get on that with you. He's trying
that
to,
sound
he
like
was trying to use his name.
Oh,
and
yeah.
He trying to use Chief Keef as a way to get to you,
Yeah.
and it ain't work because
And then he got mad. So I was
when
like,
you
how
get-
did I go from like the best singer you ever heard to
right because
Yeah.
when most dudes get rejected, you feel they get mad. They
Mad,
want to call you out
angry.
your name.
That got the status.
All right. Yeah, now the ones that got a status be even worse. Like, dang, you turned me down knowing I got all this going on. Like, yeah, now they feel like a little man. It's okay. They're fine.
But then that's what you were talking about. That goes into what you were talking about, exploitation with artists.
yeah.
you gotta know your brand. That's good though. You gotta know your
Yeah,
brand.
because it's like, okay, so you're gonna just do something quick for the money, and it's like, I was like laughing, like if people who seen that I went to Moody, they'd see Liv up there with Chief, like, Liv, is that you?
Hey, what
Like,
you
what
doing?
happened? You moved to Chicago, now you're over here.
Now you on the stage with Chief Keef
That's
and
why
300.
a lot of artists now, you look at them, they making, weird type of music. You're like, bro, this ain't even you. For real.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like people will just make that because they want to come up.
Yeah.
They want the money, they want the fame, whatever, but it's not. That's another thing like I feel like I've learned in this industry is like being yourself really carries you a long way. I think people always feel like they have to be somebody else or sound like somebody else, and it's like if you're genuinely who you are and you treat people well, like people are going to respect you regardless. And that's something I've learned. Like don't try to be like everybody else. Like really be who you are, and the right people, you're gonna find the right people.
They always tell you to work on your craft, man. Know your niche.
So I was like, that wasn't it. So that was a weird and wild experience. So that's my Chief Keef story.
That's big
But I'm
ups
gonna
to
meet
you,
him.
though.
Like it was just all the people around him.
That's big ups to you, though. I wouldn't know a lot
was
of
like,
people that would have followed.
Come to 100 something by yourself. Don't bring them.
And I think that's a big thing too. I feel like social media, like for real, social media is just one of those things that actually alter people's minds. Like they don't know how to be who they are. They don't know who they are anymore. Like, and that's the biggest thing for me. Like I try to stay off social media as much as I can. I only get on there to laugh. But sometimes I don't post often like my own content. But when I do get a chance to and I'm feeling great in my best, okay, I'll post something. You know what I'm saying? But I do want to get into just being myself, but I don't want people to know everything about me, everything I do. Because if I give them everything, there's nothing left for me. So that's how I look at everything.
Yeah.
And then sometimes there just be times where you might read a post that you relate to. You be like, man, that's me for real. But that ain't you. That's just something you
relate to.
Yeah, it's
you know what I'm
related.
saying? So I'll be able to catch myself with that. But I feel like social media be the biggest thing with just all of that. I ain't gonna lie.
Comparison,
Not trying to be your best only for your benefit. Like you worry about the next person. You trying to be better than him because he doing this, or you see she got that, but you ain't. Like I just feel like that's a much facade for yourself.
Yeah. On top of that, you know what else is social media is a drug too though. I don't know if y'all ever noticed that, but it can get addicting. It's people who will say like, hey, I was only gonna watch TikToks for 5-10 minutes. It been like 2 hours. You feel they just been scrolling through TikToks back to back, switching. Same thing for reels. They just going through reels back to back, and then those who have gotten a little, you know, who post a post, who post a post and they get a lot of likes and a lot of views, and it feels like you're like, damn, you start to feel like a celebrity.
Effect.
You like, dang,
effect.
my last post only got 100 views, 10 likes, but I post this one, I got 5,000 views, 230 likes. I want to keep going. I want to keep posting.
I
Like,
post
it
a
make you
flyer
feel
for my
like,
show.
damn.
It had 10 likes. I post a selfie.
You post selfie. You post selfie. Now everybody, hold on.
I'm like, dang.
Yeah, you feel me?
Now it's like post a selfie first, then the carousel, then your flyer. Like, come to my show.
They like, oh no.
Trying to
She done
catch
lost,
people.
She done lost me. Now we only wanted to see the eye candy. Now you want us to come to your show?
I love them likes. I love the
They love them likes and them comments.
That's what you go back for. That's
Yep.
why you go to it.
Yeah.
Like, it's like,
But I think what's hard is like as an independent artist, if you don't have a management team, if you don't have a record label, like a lot of Chicago artists and are independent artists, like there's not the scene of like the record label, like how it was in the 1950s through 70s. Like there's not that. And so as an independent artist, like you have to know how to use social media. You have to know how to market some. Like you have to know how to put together content to get people to come to your shows. And I think it's hard because like my husband, like he's not on social media. He's like, I hate, like it's the same, like I hate social media. It's a drug. It's not good for you. Like it's damaging in all the ways. And it's like, yes, that's true. But as an artist and an entrepreneur, like you have to know how to use it. And so it's like, how do you find the balance between using it as using social media and not having social media use you? Like that's where you have to find that balance of like, okay, discipline. I'm going to be on here for an hour making content, post my stuff, log out. Like you have to look at it as like a tool and a way to build your business.
It is a tool.
Yeah, because
just
it's like
a tool,
you're
man.
not really, honestly, like there's so many people like artists, like we don't want to have to do all that. We just want to create art. We want people to come out to our shows. We want to have a good time. Like we don't want to have to sit there and market everything out.
Yeah.
But it's the way that it's
how it
run.
goes.
You
That's how
have to
it
do
is.
it.
That's
So
how
it's
it
like
is
find a way
nowadays.
where it's not completely taking over every part of your life.
Yeah.
You know, and that's hard though, because it's like you post something and you're like, oh, let me see who's, gonna come and what's going on. And it's like,
see, that's why with me, like when I post, like on my apps, I set a timer. I always said this. I set a timer on my apps. Like I only can use social media 3 hours a day. Like, and then my apps just close out. You feel me? So I can't use it no more. So like, I definitely recommend for artists who need that self control. Like, set a timer on your apps, man. Get yourself like, you want to do X, Y, and Z on your social media. Do it for like 3 hours, 2 hours, 4 hours. You can do it sporadically out the day. Like I'm gonna be on social media 10 minutes right here, and then after 2 hours, I'm gonna be on it for another 30 minutes, and then after another 2 hours, I'm gonna be on it for 45 minutes, and then there you go. That'll be your 2-3 hours right there. So it's all about just setting boundaries. That's the key. Like you got to set your boundaries. Like I had a hard time with that growing up. In my early 20s, like I was not having no boundaries at all. No boundaries. I was doing whatever. Like I was outside whenever, writing music whenever, saying whatever, dating whoever.
we know.
Anything.
I've been knowing you for a while.
Yeah, I
so
just
you
be doing.
know.
I just be doing anything. Hey, it's the truth though. I just be doing anything,
but
bro.
it's good that you did.
But I had to go through that.
You
Like
did.
they say, life is the biggest teacher, man. They go
Life is
teach
the
you.
biggest teacher.
Experience is the best teacher. So I had to experience that to be like, I need some discipline.
I
'cause
need
if
to
not,
slow down.
I need to slow down. If
My
not, I
knees ain't working the
it
same.
ain't right.
My
You
late
feel me? Like,
20s.
I can't run as fast as I did at 21. So if y'all shooting shit, we gotta get in the car and drive away. I ain't outrunning nobody.
I'm just walking.
What you-
hoping the bullet don't hit? I
Right,
ain't
you
gonna lie.
feel me? Like who? You say
I'm
so
not
and so chasing us? Who chasing us?
I
We
can't.
can't
It's
run
like
right
no
now.
pride thing. It's just I don't think I want to run.
Nah, bro. I'm like, nah, bro. Like,
I'm just that
Look,
type of guy.
look, I come from the gym, man. When I come from the gym from hooping, bro, my body be on 10, bro. It ain't what it used to be, bro.
Nah, for real. But
I joint be on
need
fire.
To get in that with you. I need to get up in that with you.
So for you, young Poonie Low, man, what's something that you looking forward to for the summer? Backtrack on the question. Like, what's something that you looking forward to this summer?
So man, I'm just looking forward to getting better at what I'm doing now, which is recording myself and video editing for my people and myself. I really think those type of skills that we need a lot because man, I'm telling you, when it comes to the videos, bro, I'm like an arm and a leg, bro. You got to pay somebody to go ahead and already record you at the studio. Then you got to pay for the pay for the video, the mixing and mastering with the song, but then pay for the video, man. And this is like, man, it's like $600 every time for one video.
Yeah.
And it's like, man,
I feel like that's on the low end, to be honest.
that really is on the low end.
That's on low
But
end.
it's like coming from where I come from, that's a lot. You know what I'm saying? So
600 for a video, it can be
it's
for different people.
You know, it was just different people. Like, and I'm not gonna lie, I just want to learn that myself and learn how to actually do what they do, so that I don't have to ask nobody like, how should we shoot this? How should we do this? Even though I would love the feedback and I love the actual assistance with that, I still want to learn it for myself. So I'm, oh man, we gotta get this shot right here, good. It's everything, color grade and all that stuff. Everything I'm doing, I'm just learning on the fly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I want to do that more. I'm looking forward to doing a lot of more projects with my with anybody who want to work with me. To be honest with you. And on top of that, I do have a couple songs that I'm dropping. I actually just dropped the song to a remix to that boss. What's his name? Boss Man D-Lo.
Yeah.
Shout out to that boy ever real.
Yeah, he on fire right now.
I had made a remix to us Get In With Me. I just dropped that. It's on YouTube. If you want to go check it out. But yeah, I shot that video as well. But my best friend, my brother, Nero, he shot it for me. So he got the scenes, you know what I'm saying? He shot how it was supposed to look and this, that, and the third. And what I did is went in there and edited it. So whatever you see up on the video, that's pretty much.
Hold on. Put the mic to you. I couldn't hear you.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, but that's pretty much. So did y'all hear what I just said?
Most of it, yeah.
Okay. But yeah, so pretty much we just shot that ourselves. I feel proud about it. It's like probably my best works. But if you guys like it, go ahead, go check it out. Leave a like, comment, whatever. I'm not too big on that, but I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just looking forward to doing more like that and working with people, different people. And just today, I kind of feel like I need to just work with different people that got more skills than I do, because that, like, you, for example, is like you got some knowledge that I don't know too much about, so
It's a network right here.
it's the network right here. So
Network right here. And I would say, like, on top of that, it's just like when you talked about video production for artists, like, you got to think about like what all goes into it. Like, you'll see why people charging $700, $800.
no, and that's so crazy, because that's
a
why,
reason why.
That's why I said what I said. I'm like, man, 600 is a lot, but when you actually do look at what they do,
how much
they really
time,
can-
man,
how
I
much
see
time
why.
it takes
They really
to
can
shoot
charge.
and edit.
If they saying, hey, give me 600, but they could be charging 12. I
Yeah.
think you might as well take that, because like
You
gotta
might as
think-
well take
there's some
that.
people, not only are they shooting with a high quality 4K camera and getting you all the angles and B-rolls you need, but they also, some people got drones that's flying in the sky trying to get you that sky
too.
footage. Some
That
people
too.
got the anchor where the camera is coming down for you on the little crane. Some people got good editing skills, top T, and you know
Top
how long it takes to edit a video.
Yeah.
It takes
It
long
takes
ass
hours.
time.
So
I'm not gonna lie.
and to hear your same song in their ear while you editing that video.
Yeah, and if you're terrible, they're like,
if you terrible, think about if the song is terrible, they gotta constantly keep listening to
They
that
gotta
same
constantly
song,
keep
so
listening
your
to it.
image can match that song, so it ain't off whack.
And
that
with that being said,
yeah, give me
which is-
600.
Exactly. And with
My
that being
bad.
said, I want to be the person doing it.
That's what I'm
Because
saying,
now
bro.
I don't have to rely or wait. I can just do it the way I see fit. And on top of that, if I need a team to help me figure out what we should do here, there, how we gonna shoot this, then I'm with all of that. We learning ourselves.
Yeah,
We don't
it
have
take
to
it
go
take
to
a
nobody
team.
and do it. But we still can,
And I think you're on the right path, man. That's definitely where to go to build it up in house. Build a own team, and you make your own studio, own production joint.
So that's actually
And
crazy, because
you-
we got that too. We got our own studio. We done turned the garage to a whole studio, so people can come and record.
it's in
But
the
that's
work.
it's in the
It's
make.
work in progress. man.
I
So,
think that too, like, I feel like one thing that I can really talk on is value exchange and bartering. I think a lot of artists, like, we don't do that enough. And the thing is, it's not all about money. Like, you can exchange skills and get done what you need to get done.
Yeah.
So I'll give an example of this. So I'm an event producer in the South Loop at a space called Overflow Coffee, and it's a historic space. So it was the home of VJ Records and Brunswick Records in the 1950s through 70s. It was the biggest black-owned record label in the U.S. and the first U.S. label to sign the Beatles. So there's a lot of history in that space. We've like done docu-series, and I book shows with artists from like 18 to 85, 90, sometimes on the same bill. and some artists that have like come through the labels come back and perform in that space. So a lot of like Gladys Knight was in that space, the Shy Lights, Jerry Butler, Gene Chandler, like all these like OG soul artists have been in that building. But we have one specific showcase called Acoustic Afternoons, and that whole showcase is just value-based exchange. So for instance, like the artist will come, if it's a newer artist, they'll come, and what they get is like a curated virtual tip code, and then they get like a media package. So they get a recording of the show, they get photography, so they're able to get media to be able to build like an EPK, so that they can reapply for a paid gig, for like a featured gig.
Yeah.
But so you're like, okay, well that's what the artist's getting, but what is like the photographer's getting, because they're doing stuff, for free. So for them, their exchange is that they get to have the pictures up in the space. We're gonna do like a gallery, and then they can talk about their work, promote themselves. So I think a lot of times, like, there's ways that you can exchange skills. Like, what service or skill do you have that you can trade, that you can exchange? Like, that's how you build a team, and that's how you build community. So that whole show is just like photographers, videographers, artists, singers, like everybody's just coming. Like, we have a marketing team, and they come, and I'm like, okay, come up here and plug this, plug that, plug what do you have going on in the community. So people like those shows because it's like nobody's getting paid, but you're getting paid in connections, networking, and resources. So it's been cool to see from those shows, like people working on projects together, people on the same bills, somebody books somebody. Like, you're getting more than the immediate. I think sometimes we think so immediately. It's like, okay, I need to make this $200. Like, no, what if instead of making that quick $200, you could long-term make, $5,000 because of all the resources and like getting booked for other gigs. Like, we have to think beyond this, like, very like scarcity, like transactional scarcity, and also just kind of the desperation.
To get that sale, and I
get that quick fix. You got to think beyond. Like, how do you build bigger?
And I was saying, like, so what we had a podcast where we shouted out different businesses. Like, we had different businesses come on our podcast, and we shout them out. And in exchange, they gave us free products. They gave us free products. They were like, hey, look, we want you to try this out in X, Y, and Z, because, we gave them a tool of, we created basically a post for them to get to other customers, other followers, and stuff like that. So I feel like that's an exchange right there. They gave us free products, and we created a clip and stuff like that so they can post on their social media and get views and get traffic. And I think that's good, because it's like, that's what you need. Like, you need something. Good. You need something where it's just not like, all right, let's do this for the money. Because sometimes you're not gonna get the money. Like, you gotta think about, before you get the money, that what can you do to scale your business or your artistry or who you are as a person. Like, we don't even know who you are. How you want our money? Like, that's the thing.
I'm glad you even got on that subject, man, because I think that's what the biggest thing I was focused on when we first started. Because I was thinking like, yeah, man, you know what? Let's just do. I want to do this so we can get on. I want to take care of my family, this, that, and the third. But when I saw how slow it was going, and like how much goes into it, and how like it can be disappointing at times, because you be like, damn, I just did all that, and this
you didn't see the return you wanted. Yeah.
And so, but then I had to think about it, like, nothing happens overnight. I mean, I understand the saying. I really get tired of hearing it, but damn, nothing really happened overnight. But still,
it's the truth, though.
It's the fact that it is the truth.
Put it up to your face on, bro.
Damn. It is the fact that you still got to put that work in.
You got to build.
You got to build, and then you got to build with people that are like-minded, that actually want to see you succeed and actually want to see you grow. And likewise, you got to actually want the same thing for that person, because I don't feel like, when the exploitation come in, some people, they just do certain things for themselves so things can pop off. I've been there, I've seen it, but I just feel like it's like, man, the money gonna be there. Just worry about what you're doing right now. It doesn't make you happy. That's the first thing. Does it make you happy? Are you really impacting something? Do you feel proud to say that you did the things you've done without the money? You know what I'm saying? So that's a big thing for me, and I had to realize that when I lost my auntie, because like, man, like what was I really doing that for? I really was to take care of them, take care of her, take care of my family, and it was like, man, when she left, it was like things just started to look different.
Yeah.
So
and at that point, you have to take care of yourself before you can take care of your family.
Exactly.
Because some people got small families, some people got big families. The small families, it's a little bit easier to maintain. But when you got a big family, when you got like 10 cousins, 2 grandmas, you got a mom on this side and a mom on this side, and
You know what I'm
you
saying?
got uncles, and you got a dad, and you got a stepdad, and you got a dude who like your father figure. You got all these different family members, and they all gonna be looking at you as the chosen one. But you can't be looking as the chosen one. You have to choose yourself first and get
gotta
that
choose yourself
and
first.
create a foundation of like, all right, this is what I like to do. This is my money. This is what I'm trying to save for. This is what I want to do. And you can't save everybody. You know, you
can't.
You got to save yourself.
And that's what
first.
I realized, and I realized it too late.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's like, man, do you enjoy what you're doing? Do you love what you're doing? Are you doing it for the right reasons? And which is why I just, you know, what I said earlier, I look forward to learning new skills and doing what I do. I'm not more so on the big, you know, Puni Low, hey, Puni, the fan and the entourage, none of that. I don't care about any of those things. I just feel like I need to put something out in this world and impact people in a positive way, positive direction. I don't care how it come out. I don't care what it does. Of course, I want it to be top tier, but I'm gonna work towards it. You know what I'm saying? And people that I encounter in my travels, my own journey, I appreciate everybody that be on that journey and help me do what I do. So I want to just embody that and spread that and do what I need to do for that. I ain't gonna lie, I just don't want to forget who I am in the process. I feel like a lot of people do that.
Just to bounce off that, man, want to hear from both of y'all. Like, what motivates y'all? I know, like you just said, like, do you love it? And I think one of the biggest things is in an industry like this, the first question was what, gives y'all joy about doing this. You ain't gonna always have joy about this. You ain't, like you said, you gonna have times where it's like, I ain't get the return that I wanted.
Yeah.
Yep.
And, some people quit off that.
Yeah.
And that's anything. That ain't even just music. That could be with anything. People that do art, painting, even trying to do YouTube, all that. People, basketball, they look at it, they like, man, I had this one bad game, I'm done.
Yeah.
For y'all, for the people that's just chasing after something, what motivates you and how do you stay like motivated when you not motivated?
Man, I feel like I can really talk on this. I'm not gonna lie, like this week was a really hard week for me mentally. I curated a show and it was the hardest show I've curated in 10 years, hands down. Everything about the show was so difficult, like from the marketing to maybe the time of year that it was, because there's so much happening outside, to like we switched to different ticketing platform. Like there was just so many things and I was like, why is this show so hard? Like I've been doing this for so long. And I just felt like those feelings of when I first started of like those lies, like I suck at this, or like, because you're not seeing the results that you want.
Yeah.
And even though it's like I'm confident in my skills, I'm good at what I do, like I know how to sell out shows. Like I know the analytics. I know what you need to do when people need to buy tickets. Like I know all of those things, and it nothing was falling in place for like the formula I had in my mind.
Yeah.
So like what you were saying, I was like, man, like this. I got to the point where I was like, I'm ready to be done with this show because like this is where I'm at mentally. And I think what keeps me going is knowing that like it's such a necessity to have places and spaces where artists feel valued, where they feel taken care of, where they feel safe, where they feel loved, where it's a good, safe space for artists. And like I had to kind of humble myself this week and have like some hard conversations, because normally I'm like, this is what I'm showing as an event producer and a manager, like to artists. Like I'm not going to show you the back end of how a mess the show is on my end. Like you're not going to see that. You're going to walk in and see like but I had to be honest with them and open up with them and say like, hey, this is where we're at with ticket sales. Like I'm either going to have to, if we don't make it to this point, I'm either have to cancel the show, or we're going to have to readjust like payment or readjust what the show's going to look like. And they were like super cool, super understanding. Like, hey, we want to help you build this. Like, let's do this together. Like we want to continue the show. Like, let's help market it. Let's push it out. And so it was that feeling of like community again, collaboration. Like, hey, we want the same things. We have the same vision. Like we all want to see each other grow and thrive. Like, let's do this. Let's push it out. Yeah. And so the show was last night. Like it was a decent crowd. It was a good time. Like everybody was super appreciative. And I was like, this is why I do this. Because even through all the stress, even through all the mess, like the things that people don't see, it's like when you actually get to the show and you see people dancing and laughing and giving each other hugs and like having a good time, crying, like being in a space where people can let go of everything and just like exist in that moment. Like that's what keeps me going through all of like the back end of being a one person team that's like doing the marketing, the ticketing, the contracts, the booking. Like sometimes I'm just like, oh my God, like why am I like this? You know, you get to that point of like, I'm doing so much just to like put these things on. But then like the result and like, it could be like that show or that moment that artist was like, man, this show really, you know, was a catalyst for this, or like this show was a moment that I gained confidence in myself, or like anything that's building another person. I feel like that's where I find joy, is in helping build other artists, other creatives, and like help them find that moment.
Because what it is for you is not only satisfying to you, but it's also saying that this is my purpose. My purpose is to help bring other people up. You feel me? Your purpose is not just to be just an artist, but it's also to like, hey, this person is also talented too. So like, let's get them a showcase. Let's get them a platform to just be them. And that's important, because we don't have a lot of people like you. We don't have a lot of people that's willing to go to bat for another artist. And that's what I feel like that's what's hindering a lot of people nowadays, that they don't have people to as a recommendation, as a like, hey, this person here is a good artist. He's on the come up, or she's on the come up. Like, let's get them a chance to perform.
Book them. Let's put them out.
Let's get them a chance. And that's every artist, whether you singing, dancing, painting, cooking. Everybody just want a chance. Like, everybody just want to give a chance to showcase their skills, whether you think it's good or not. Like, just give people a chance, you know? Like,
absolutely.
The chance where it's like they don't want something in return.
Yeah, like,
because I feel like a lot of like the way I'm so passionate about what I do is because of like the trauma. It's honestly like goes back to trauma of like how I was treated when I first came to the city, or like just different things of like how disorganized things were, like how there was no value and care in a show. Like it started 2 hours late, like they didn't pay you, there was no value in it, like the sound was terrible and the sound engineer didn't care, like he was on his phone, like there was no It's like, okay, why do I as an artist have to spend $500 on rehearsing, get all this stuff together, do all my own promotion, and you as a curator and you as an event space, like you don't even care? Like, why am I doing this? This is stupid.
it sounds like it's a waste of time.
And it's like I saw that so
Nobody's
many
invested
years
in
in
you.
the industry, and I told myself, like, after one experience, it was my first ever show. I performed at Enjoy. I was setting up my own sound system. It was loud, like nobody was paying attention. They paid me in like 4 chicken wings and 2 pieces of celery. And I was like, if you're gonna pay me in chicken wings, at least give me like a full plate of wings. Like, and it was just like
piece of something.
it was right.
6 feet.
And I was just like, dang, like this, like it was my first time I was dropping my first single. Like I had rehearsed so hard for that show, and I was just like, dang, like I really did all of this, and like you didn't even care. Like you just wanted me to be the token white girl on the bill to fill the bill.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm talented. I'm good at what I do. Like this is stupid. Like I'm not. So I told myself, like that traumatic moment, I was like, if I'm ever in event curation, you better believe every artist that encounters me and comes through this space, like they're gonna be like, you know, where's the water? Here's a green room. This is the organized. We're going to start as much on time as we can. Yeah. Like I'm going to market you. I'm going to push you. I'm going to promote you. I'm going to refer you to gigs. Like I'm really going to do it because I know how it feels as an artist, like put in all this work, this time, this money, and get no return, and people don't care and they exploit you.
Exactly.
And a lot of Chicago venues, I'm just going to say a lot of Chicago venues and producers and people that I've known in the past, like exploit artists.
Yeah, they go take advantage of you, man. They go take advantage. It's like they looking for a come up. Everybody's looking for a come up in Chicago. So they're like, man, they looking for a quick fix, quick exploitation, keep anything to keep them going. You feel me? So, but yeah, going back to the question. Well, what about you, Young Puni Low? Let me hear from you. Let me hear what you got to say. Do you remember the question?
Yeah, I remember the question.
Okay.
Really, it actually does come down to trauma. Like for me,
let's get into it.
Go ahead and talk it up.
Because man, I'm not gonna lie. Like I just noticed. I know how I was treated when I was coming up. You know, and I.
Hold that mic to you.
Some of those experiences weren't pleasant, and I felt like a nobody. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna say like now that I do music that I feel like somebody, but I feel like somebody to myself because I believe in myself now. I'm confident in what I do. I'm confident in like my adventures, however I carry myself. I'm confident in everything I do. I did a lot of things like, you know what was so crazy because actually that boy Keith on the beat, he was actually doing it before me, and I was inspired. I'm like, damn, he doing that. Let me go and see if I can do that. You know what I'm saying? So we first shot our first video. I'm like, oh, this is dope. I like this, and we actually like having a good time. It's not like
Who is
pressure. Man, that's that boy Keith. You know that
Are
boy
you
Keith?
talking about me? Oh,
I thought you were being goofy. I thought you were being goofy.
No, he said Keith on the beat. I'm like, who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is that?
But no, my boy
Keith,
y'all. My boy Keith, man. But he basically he gave me that motivation that to just try something different.
Yeah.
And I remember that like it was yesterday because we was at Sunshine Gospel Church and
Shout out.
and he was
church, yeah.
man, he fed us, he made us feel good. We had his shirt motivate, you know what I'm saying? We had to motivate.
Oh yeah, I remember that
going
video.
on.
Yeah.
Man, all of that, seeing him do on his lonely, that made me like, man, this man's powerful. I want to do some stuff on my own too. Let me see if I can do this. Let me actually try it.
Crazy part is I was broke as hell. I was broke as hell shooting that
nigga,
music
you was
video.
rich.
You talking about your pockets? I understand.
At that time, look, I know I wasn't. Look, I'm gonna just tell you, like, man, I had the amount of saving I had to do and clock in so many hours. I was working security when we shot that video. I know you're talking about. I think it was Demons.
Yep,
It was
yep,
Demons. Like
yep.
I was working security, bro. We was young as hell, and I'm like, man, I'm finna clock in hella hours for this music video.
We was young.
Bro,
as
we recorded this song, bro. I used to play that song waking up. I used to play that song on my break at work. I used to play that song so many times. I'm
and
like,
people
man,
ate it up. They
this song
loved it.
is gonna do some views. So I'm like, man, look, I told my little manager at the time, like, man, give me the hours. I need all the OT because I'm finna pay for the music video. I'm finna drop this merch. I want to make sure that everybody who said they want to participate in this video is fed. I'm gonna buy them lunch.
Yup.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do
And
it
he
all
did that.
because I'm
He did that.
like, man, like I feel like because people didn't have to do it. People didn't have to act and role play in this video, but they did.
And they acted.
And they acted they ass out, man. They did their thing, man. I'm like, man, I gotta at least give y'all some food, man. I gotta at least take care of y'all. And then that just it makes you want to go harder.
It makes you want to go
because
harder.
like you not only are you believing in your own dream, but there's other people like, man, that man
Believing
go make
in
it
you.
one day.
Yeah.
You
Believing
feel like
in
I like what he doing. He got a good vision, and that's what it is. You want somebody to support the vision.
That's it.
Like, dang,
that's
if
it.
somebody can just support your little
just
vision, you
seeing
good.
That, like, just seeing it alone, like it just filled me with joy. So it's like I wanted to try to do it myself with my second family. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to go ahead and, you know, everybody come to this video shoot. We finna do this while the band. We finna go ahead, have food, drinks, whatever you need.
Yup.
And when I tell you the first time, this is my first video, and when I did it, it was like. It was everything. It was magical. It was crazy. It was magical. It was birds coming. Like some of
The Disney scene.
It was
That's
it was
crazy.
it felt like
Had the
that.
doves,
It felt like
Snow
that.
White.
And I promise y'all, if y'all go see the video, it's called Dreaming. Y'all go see the video. Y'all gonna see the doves come down while we
I
and
remember
they
he
real
did-
birds.
He did have
Oh,
birds.
yeah, okay,
He for real though. I
I
seen
was
it.
like,
That's crazy.
Folks really got
real.
birds coming down in that
It was
movie.
so much fun. We had fireworks and everything.
Dang.
And we took this video. This video was shot for like 7 hours. We was just chilling though.
Yeah, people footworking and
No,
stuff too,
yeah,
right?
like-
Oh, dang. That's a whole production. I
Hey,
need
now
to
he
see
had.
this.
Hey, what's that one video you had your cousin doing backflips and? Remember that? Remember that song?
That was the first video.
No, that
called
no.
Boss.
Yeah, I'm a real Poonie Low fan. He forgot his own videos, bro.
That's
Nah, I'm a
hilarious.
real
I
Poonie Low fan. I
appreciate
remember
that,
he had this boss. Yeah, nigga, you thought I forgot. Yeah, nah, I ain't forget, nigga. He
Y'all
had
go
this-
check that one
They
out
was
too,
having a
man.
good time. They was at the park and stuff.
And that was my
They in the alley doing backflips.
Family. Like,
Yeah,
that
now
was-
that's his real family members in here
and we
doing
had a ball
backflips,
doing
cartwheels, the little kids dancing. And shit. I'm like that, and that's what it's all about.
That's
Just
all-
having a
that's
good
what
ass
it's
time.
all about with me. Like, and I want people to know me for that. I'm always have a good time with you. I don't want no beefing. I don't want to argue with you. I don't want to fight. How can we fix this so we can have
You
a
know
good
about
time?
the diss tracks?
No,
You made no diss tracks? Okay.
No diss tracks ever.
I ain't gonna lie. I made a diss track. I ain't release it though.
Now's the time.
Nah, cause I feel like
Everybody making this.
Everybody.
I feel
And
like
see, that's
I'm on the 2024 wave.
I feel like the diss tracks, I write them just because that's what I feel in the moment. But I'm like, this ain't really me though. Like this ain't. It's not. It's not.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not really me.
These tracks
This
are
ain't me.
These tracks are just to get your hidden animosity towards somebody
nah,
else, and
it
I don't
ain't-
think
it
that's
ain't
real.
me.
I'm not gonna ever do that. If I got a problem with you, I'm gonna address and I'm gonna talk to you.
Back and forth. Of
I'm not
8,
finna go back and
7
forth
diss
with no
tracks.
tracks.
Oh, cool.
Crazy.
You see, Kendrick, that man went viral off his diss track.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
Kendrick snap.
No, I'm not
Now,
gonna
Drake
lie.
need to
I was
go-
at
go
a
sit
place,
down
They were
somewhere. I don't
playing
know.
that song. Everyone was singing, and there was one Drake fan, and she was in the corner just so mad. I was
She's
like,
heated.
you should not be here right now. Like, this is not the place.
She was in the corner, man.
Yeah,
Just,
she
you know,
was.
the whole West Side with that song.
Yeah.
Man. The whole West Coast.
Well, I mean, I'm just glad it's an artist out here that's willing to challenge Drake. For the longest, nobody was willing to
He
challenge
might
him.
get a Grammy for it.
To get a Grammy
That
for a
song
sneak-
is,
to
like,
get a Grammy
incredible.
for a sneak
Get a
diss
Grammy.
though.
Get a
That
Grammy
song is
for it.
incredible.
To get a
The minute
Grammy,
that song
incredible.
comes on,
Hey.
everybody, I don't care. Listen, I was in the spot and everyone was dancing. There was this 7-year-old white dude and he was just like, they not like us. Like, I mean, it united the whole world.
You know my favorite part?
What he said?
Hey, no, for real though. With the camera cuts and everything.
That's the part right there. Everybody ate that up.
No, I ain't gonna lie. I found it funny. We talking about you a 69 God. I'm dang. What that mean? bro?
I really wanted to know too. I really wanted to know.
Right, you
I ain't
a
gonna lie.
69
What
God.
you mean, bro?
He said, I really want to know too.
What you got going on, bro?
He had that in the vote for a long time, man.
But nah, for real though, I'm that's it though. That's it, bro. Like it's just the love and the joy you get from it, and then the people around you that make you just
And that's a word, man, because you
That's
know
it,
when
man.
you know, it can be for the simple reason that I just want to do this and try this out. It ain't gotta always be about the man. I'm finna go and change the world. You ain't gotta be Martin Luther King or Albert Einstein. You ain't, you know, you
Tupac.
none
don't,
of
you don't
that.
always gotta be a game changer. Sometimes you want to just be doing it for you.
Yeah.
You know, and the best thing about that is you know it's for you when you like, man, that felt good. Like,
it felt great.
felt
It
great.
felt great
Like,
every time, bro.
Yeah.
Even and then when you saying like when you know like there's nothing you getting in return when people come do shows or you book gigs for people and they just want to come and just do it. Like I did it before myself. I just came to a show. I think you was there too. I did a show
No.
and I did a show.
What show? Was, what?
We did a show in Indiana. It
Oh, yeah.
at Let's Play Bar and Grill.
Yeah, I remember that.
We did that show.
We do so many shows.
We didn't. It was no competition or nothing. They just said come out.
That's all I want. I don't want to.
We came. We showed out. Won a video after that.
Yeah.
You know, but we wasn't expecting that. We just came to have fun. We invited everybody to come out and just kick with us, and that's what happened. So it's like I just feel like that, just the love, and it shows. You know what I'm saying? The results you get
Put that
from
mic
it
up to
shows.
your-
Even if it ain't. Even
Bring
if
the
it
mic
ain't
up, son, man.
instantaneous.
Bring your mic to you.
Even if it ain't instantaneous, I keep doing that, y'all. I'm sorry.
He's
You are a music artist, bro. Hold the mic,
I'm just
bro.
look. I like to express what I'm saying, so
He's
I use
like-
my hands.
Yeah, right.
But
Use the mic too.
my bad. You know what? You need to get one of them things put on your shirt.
Yeah, it's a
ain't gonna lie.
1970s soul singer mic right here.
Look, man. Look.
Like
Do do.
It's really just a cover, man. If you take the cover off, it's a nice mic.
I know.
this
just
is perfect.
Right,
This is perfect.
Liz over here. Hey man, Liz bogus, bro. She talking about we in 1970. It's 2024. She coming on our equipment.
He said we're gonna have a jazz singer, and let me pull out
She
these
talking about
mics.
the Motown record mic.
Yes, yes. From the museum.
Hey, she said these the mic James Brown had. Hey, but now I want to ask y'all. It's not a personal question, but it's just like I want to know y'all background on this one. So the
okay.
it's real simple, real simple. So before y'all look. So before y'all got to where y'all are now, and y'all whatever age y'all is, and y'all point in life, I feel like y'all are thriving now. Y'all thriving. Everybody got a little something in the savings account. You
We
know,
grown.
Y'all grown. You feel me? Y'all can make things happen. But before you got to this point, what was your job? Where did you work? What was you
Ooh,
doing?
I love that
who,
question.
Who were you before you would live? Who were you before you were Poonie Low? What were
I
you
was
doing?
always myself.
I was,
But in
I
a
was,
different light,
5
though.
years old. No, I'm just joking.
Who were you? Like, what was
I
you
was-
before you got to this platform, this point in your life, and this greatness that you are at now?
Man, I used to clean toilets. Nah,
Said I came up, I was scrubbing floors on my hands and knees.
I'm talking about they had piss on the rim and I got to clean it up. I don't got
Wow,
time.
you was doing that for real?
Nah, I'm just lying.
I was gonna say, damn. Well, you ain't never told me that one, folks.
But,
Times was
so
tough.
is it just our job or like who we were before?
It can be both. It can be your job, like what was your career before this, or who you were before you got to where you at now. Because I feel like where we at now is a big transition in our life.
Okay.
So like, where was you before this transition?
Not gonna lie, I think I was working for Mariano's downtown, the newest location that's right there.
Yeah.
I was working for them, and actually, I'm lying. I ain't have a job. COVID hit. COVID hit on my soul. COVID hit.
Hey, we are busting up. She talking about this nigga lying like a mother, but this nigga don't know nothing.
Hey, COVID hit, man. Them unemployment checks was everything, boy.
And you got them unemployment checks too?
Hell yeah.
So you
And
got
that's
the
what
stimulus check,
we got the
unemployment.
stem.
Hey,
unemployment.
folks, you ain't
Boy,
never
I
seen me
had
no
to
money,
touch- I ain't
though.
had to work for shit. I was just going crazy.
Hey man, it was tough during 2020, boy.
Damn,
It was
folks.
tough, bro. But when I got them checks, I put them straight to the music.
That's
Everything
good,
I
though.
wanted to do, I
That's
put
good.
them straight
It's
to the
lit.
music.
Nah,
Ain't do
Hey,
nothing
she
crazy.
still laughing. You got her crying, bro. Real, bro.
Respect
Nah, 'cause the
Liz.
switch up was crazy.
The way you said Mario, so you're like, I'm lying. That shit was not
He like,
working out.
nah, I ain't even had no job.
He like, you know what? No.
Niggas off the
He's
stimulus
like,
check.
I'm not even gonna lie on this podcast right now.
Well, at least you kept it a book, bro. I ain't
I
mad
gotta
at you.
keep it a bug, you. But I ain't gonna lie.
That's real
all.
though.
And I was really just living. Like I didn't care about a lot of shit. So I was just living, y'all. I was just here and there, everywhere. I was everywhere. And just because I just like to be around people. So I started when I got them checks, I started putting that to the music. Oh man, I'm finna start this. Let me go on here. I think the first one was the boss. So I started just going in. I started doing my thing with that. And I was just a free man, free spirited person. I was in a relationship and everything. That relationship was like 8 years. But I was in a relationship and everything, but I was so free spirited. I was doing my thing. She thought that, I don't know if she thought that, but maybe it wasn't gonna work out, Because I was just doing everything. I was going to shows. Sometimes I didn't invite her because I just felt like our chemistry wasn't there. I don't think she wanted to, see what I was doing or see how I am when I went around my people because we get into it. But I was dealing with a lot of things, and but I still was happy in a sense. To get up to right now, a lot has changed. I'm single now. I'm single, man. I lost some people that I love and care about dearly. That was the influences on what I'm doing. Man, I feel like I'm just evolving every day.
Are you still a free spirited now, or you feel like you changed your route?
I think I'm still free spirited, but I feel like it's been buried a little bit. Like I need to find myself. I feel like I need to really do some deep diving and find myself again. That happy Poonie Low. But when I know I'm a fan, and when I get back to it, I'm gonna go 10 times harder. I'm gonna let love, I'm gonna let light, and let it do what it do. The universe do what it do for me, for real.
Or even if you don't find your old happiness, find new happiness. You feel me? Like I said,
and
like
that's
life is
real.
forever evolving. So like instead of trying to dig back into the old you, maybe the new you can be even more happier than the old you.
That's what
Like-
I mean. Though.
Like I feel like me personally, since I know you, like I know you now, I feel like you are more in the space of like discipline and control. Like you at a point where now like you are money management IQ. Your IQ of money management is higher than what it used to be.
Absolutely.
Growing up, like back then, I know you ain't really You was really trying not to spend no money. You wasn't even trying to save no money. You was just whatever. But now,
That's crazy.
I'm dead ass.
No, for real, he's not lying.
My man's
Not
just like
save,
whatever.
not spend.
He said he ain't trying to spend, but he ain't trying to save either. He just shit. He just
on the
look,
fly, every
on the
time.
fly. Shit. Today he might buy 3 bottles. Next week he drinking juice. You just never know. Shit.
Never know.
But I feel like nowadays you more so like. Like, man, I'm saving up for a house. I'm saving up for a new car. I'm saving up for my career. I'm saving up to go further in life. And that's why I say I see that you can find new happiness, because where you at now it seems like it's good to me. You feel I don't know what you got going
And
on in
it's
your
not-
personal
and
life, but I
it's
feel like
not-
it's an evolving.
It's not like it's bad either.
Yeah,
I'm
that's what I'm
kind of
saying.
just like neutral. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I feel good. I'm okay.
Yeah.
I feel neutral with everything that's going on. But I just feel like I can do more. I can be
That's
more.
Everybody think they
You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at. That's
Yeah,
all.
that's good. That's good.
But yeah, that's
about-
pretty much.
So what about you, Liv? So
Funny.
what were you doing before? What was your job? What was your personality like? Who were you before you are today?
I feel like I've always been like goofy and always been kind of like myself.
Okay.
But I think I've grown a lot in my confidence. I think when I first started like on the scene doing open mics, and like I was always a person that I'm like, I'm not going to wait for other people to come to me. Like, I'm not going to wait for other people to give me an opportunity. I'm not going to wait for, like, if I invite 2 friends to an open mic and they don't want to go, I'll go by myself. Like, I don't care. And I've always been like that since like 10 years ago. Like, I remember just being like new to the city, new on the scene. Like, I didn't know anybody. Like, I would go on an open mic. I would give somebody a hug. I would shake somebody's hand. I would say hi. Like, I was always like that type of person. And I feel like that really helped build like the whole network, the whole community that I have now, is because I was just like, had to get over myself and just try. And so now it's like everyone that I know now was people that I came up with in the open mic scene. They're now all curators. They're now everybody setting the scene. But that's because it was like, I talked to people on the red line. I talked to people on the blue line. I talked to people at the open mic. I talked to people at the grocery
You
store.
talk to people on the red line?
Half the people at my wedding were people I met on the red line. I'm not gonna lie.
Man, that's crazy. I ain't too many friends with too many people on the red line. Now, hold on. I had to stop you right there.
Our whole reception was like an open mic, and it was like a bunch of artists that I met on the red line.
Man,
Like, I
man.
met so many people on the. I'm gonna write a story called Red Line Chronicles of like everybody I met on the red line.
Man,
I met a lot of artists on the red
that's
line.
good,
Uber
'cause
drivers, artists.
The stories on the red line is crazy.
Yeah.
So you should
Yeah.
The stories on the red line is diabolical.
Yeah. So the red line was my wedding
I will
party.
read that.
But anyways, like I think that I used to be more worried about like how people would perceive me, or if I was like the only one, like anomaly in a space, or if like I walked in a space and people were like, oh, who's this white girl? Like I used to be very aware of that and very like I'm aware that I'm different than the spaces I'm walking into. And I think honestly, like it was my husband that helped like put a lot of confidence into me, because he was like, Liv, you can't care about what other people think. Like, number one, if this relationship is going to work out, like you can't care about what white people think, what black people think. Like you have to be focused on like where we're going and what we want to build and like who you are. And I think he built a lot of that in me, where it's like, okay, I walk into a space and now any space that I go into, or most spaces, I know at least 2-3 people in the room.
Yeah.
Like I know the community. It's like people that are my back, like because I spent time building that. But it also was having a partner and somebody around me that was like, Liv, you know who you are, you know what you provide, you know like the love and care you have for people, and that's how you need to move and walk. There's still times like when I walk into spaces where people don't know me, like they just assume like, oh, this girl. They're just assuming who I am and like what I am. But I was like, I don't care. Like I know who I am now. I'm grown. Like I don't need you to validate. Like I don't need you to think anything of me. Like you can think bad or good of me. I'm still amazing, and like that's what it is. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm still the plug. I can still get you a show. So at the end of the day, like it doesn't really like it's still there, but it's not how it was. Like I remember just being so worried about what people thought, and now it's like 10 years in, I'm like,
Yeah,
okay, I'm not really worried about that.
So before you became the plug, though, what was your job?
Yeah, so I did. I was working in like leadership development. I worked at a high school. So I worked with a company called Legacy
I'm
Leaders.
sorry, this ice cream truck.
The Hood Ice Cream Truck.
I'm so like, man, this sound like it's the ice cream truck in the
It's getting
background.
louder and louder. Like we out here, come get some ice cream.
Right, I'm like, damn,
Driving right through the.
damn, fuck,
I heard that too. It did get louder and louder.
yeah, I'm like, hold on,
louder and louder.
It's
bro.
okay. I'll talk over it.
yeah,
My bad.
This is real life, y'all. When you're an entrepreneur, listen.
it is. It is.
No,
You
for
getting
real.
the neighbor. You getting the Chicago
Yeah,
experience.
this is
For
Chicago
real.
pod for real. But yeah, you
So
said you was in
yeah, so
leadership,
I
right?
was in leadership development and work with youth. So for 5 years, we came in and we were like a third party going into high schools, and so I taught freshmen, and we mostly worked on like leadership development and mental, social, emotional learning and awareness. So it's like everything you need to learn or know, like your freshman year of high school outside of academics. So like how to manage your emotions, how to manage money, how to build healthy relationships with people, like everything that you should be learning in high school. Like I was helping co-teach that, and just really building with youth and building up youth. So I did that for like 5-6 years, and then I actually launched a leadership development program for people that graduated high school but might not want to go to school, might want to be entrepreneurs or artists. So I launched like a fellowship program where once a month we would meet and we would have like a coach or mentor come in or somebody speak about a topic like money management or like your personality type, whatever it may be, like different skills. And then each person would have like a mentor that they're paired up with that would be with them the whole year to like help guide them. But it was crazy because one of these sessions, like I was sitting in one of the sessions, listening to one of the speakers, and I was like, I have to leave my job. And it was crazy because I was like, dang, like it just came to my head because she was talking about walking in your purpose and like launching in what you need to go into and like not walking in fear. And it was like, I knew at that very specific moment, like I need to go full time into event production, into artistry, into creative field. So it was like actually through my job that I learned that like I needed to move from that job.
Yeah.
So it was, I think something too that people don't realize is like, it's never overnight. It's like, it's never overnight. And somebody had said to me, like a friend of mine, I was like annoyed that he said this, but he was like, Liv, it seemed like you just like built this production company overnight. And I was like, sir, like I have been doing this for 10 years on the side. Like even when I had this job, I was still throwing shows. I was doing contracted work. I was still doing gigs. Like I didn't realize that like I've been doing this stuff for years and years and years and years as a side hustle. And it took 6, 7, 8 years to really build it up to a full-time position and a job. Like it's never this, people may see it, like they don't see the back end. They see, they all of a sudden want to contact you when you pop off or like when you're really doing it. Then they're like, oh, Liv, like give me a gig, like DMing me. I was like, oh, but you didn't want to talk to me
Back then.
when I first started open mics, or you didn't.
Back then,
but
they
now
did
that I
want-
have something like an opportunity for you, now all of a sudden we're best friends. Like
Yeah.
that's always how it
I'm hot
is.
and they all on me. Yep.
But that's
crazy.
that's a lot of people, man. You know, when you down bad, ain't nobody trying to support you while you working, trying to get to your successes. So like that's like if you hit the lottery, man. You know, people from the hey, you my uncle, man. Remember you my auntie. We go back.
Take a
way
DNA
back.
test.
Yeah.
And then I ain't
know?
gonna lie, sometimes it'd be like, okay, we were down bad. And then some people do want to kick it with you. But then when you actually get to where you trying to go, they don't want to kick it with you no more. Because the version of them in your head is not what's going on.
Yeah.
Right now. So
Yeah, they like,
happens too.
man. Now you think you all that, huh?
Yep.
In the
That
bag of
happens too.
chips.
And I think too, like you realize, like, yes, there's gonna be some friends and family that support you, but it's like I think too, artists need to get out of that mentality, like my friends and family are what's gonna help me make it, or what's gonna help. Like, no. A lot of times it's strangers, people you don't know. Like, you have to start, like, you can't be offended because like your friends and family don't want to come to your gig every week.
That's been a reoccurring thing on this show, man. A lot of people been saying that the strangers are your best supporters. They the ones that gonna really follow you and be your support system.
And I never like, I don't know. I just don't think. I mean, what's the point of you being mad somebody ain't come? You know what I'm saying? Like I just never been like that. Like if somebody told me it was gonna come and they just couldn't make it, okay.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm still here. I still orchestrated and told y'all, hey, I'm doing this. Y'all gonna slow up? Y'all gonna show up or what? What y'all gonna do?
Yeah.
All right, you ain't. That's cool. I love you. I'll talk to you later. I'm finna go and do my
Yeah.
show. I'm
And
here
as
for
an
it.
artist, like you have to have that same energy. If there's 5 people, if there's 2 people, if there's thousands of people, like you can't be emotional and like depend on what's happening or who your friends come or like even when I first started, like I'd be insecure. I wanted Dex to be at every single show. And he's like, Liv, do you know how many, like, he's like, you run 3 shows a month. Like, you're always at a show. You're performing. Like, this is your career. Like, you're not coming with me to work every day. Like, and so I think, too, like, the more you grow in confidence, the more you feel just secure of, like, I know these people love me. I know these people are around me. They don't always have to be at everything. Like, I can move and exist as my own person. And I think, too, like, as an artist, like, people break up or they get out of relationships because it's like there's a lot of codependency, or it's like as artists we need that like confirmation.
Yeah.
And it's like you have to find somebody that's gonna support you, but support looks in different ways. Like for me now, like people always ask me like, where's Dex? Like, why isn't he at a show? And I'm like, we have a 4-year-old.
Yeah, somebody gotta watch.
Support means him staying at home and watching her so I can work and go to a show, go out and network.
Yeah. Then
That's what the sacrifice is. It's not coming to every gig.
I got friends too who like if I go to a show or something like that, they'll be like, "Hey, why you ain't invite me?" Some people just want to be invited just to say they got invited. Like they not
like
gonna
you
show
saw the
up.
flyer on
They
Instagram.
They
Like,
ain't gonna show up. They just want to like, oh well, thank you for inviting me, but nah, I can't do it. Like okay, like what was the point? Why you constantly keep wanting me to invite you if you're not gonna show up?
Exactly.
Like,
What's
I
the
guess
point of me
it's-
doing that?
Like yeah, I'm not gonna invite you because if you ain't never showed up. So like you feel me? I'm gonna post what I post. So whoever come. That's it.
yeah, that's how I've gotten to. I'm just like,
Whoever come. You feel me? Sometimes it might be 10, 20 people, might be 2 people.
And then on top of it, you just have the, like you say, you have the confidence to know that you can go in there and do what you do. And I mean, that's enough for me. I don't really need support for real. I mean, I love it, but I don't need it. I just like to do my thing. And if this is what I decided I'm going to do with my life, I'm going to do it the way I'm going to do it. You know?
Because you are your biggest fan, right?
Exactly.
You your biggest supporter, your biggest fan. Ain't nobody gonna love you better than you.
Exactly.
But to wrap it all up, I wanted to know, can y'all give us? Well, I got one last question, basically. So, what can y'all give us? Some free game. Drop some free game for future artists out here on the come up. Like whatever artist that's trying to get to your position. Like who's trying to be a Liv, who's trying to be a Puni Low. What advice can you give for that artist out there? Like, hey, I wanna learn how to edit my own music videos too. Hey, I want to learn how to curate shows for other artists too. What advice can you give these artists on the come up?
So I think Liz gonna kill this one. So I'm gonna just say, be yourself. Do it because you want to do it, and do not wait to be perfect, dude.
Yeah.
Just jump into it. Just start. Because if you just have this idea sitting down in your mind all day, what are you doing with it? Just go ahead and do it. Because the same thing you thought about somebody you already went viral for, bro. Because you took the time not to do it. So go jump into it. Like just do it. Don't try to do everything perfect. Ain't nothing ever gonna be perfect, bro.
Yeah.
that's really good. I love that because as artists, like we're perfectionists, and sometimes it's like you will wait 5 years just to drop a single because it's got to be a certain way, and it's like get out of your own head and start someplace.
Drop that single, you done missed your opportunity. Like
Yeah.
we ain't even listen to that type of beats no more, man.
Yeah,
that was
basically.
Yeah.
We ain't even listen to that type of flow and style no more. You
Yeah.
had 5 years to drop that. What you got, Liv?
I think for me, honestly, like the biggest thing I've learned is like character over everything. Character matters. Like your intention, your character over skill. Like I think that for me, I always say like if you're an amazing artist and you have all these accolades and all this clout and all this stuff, but you're a terrible person, I'm not gonna book you. Like, I don't have to work with you. I don't want to.
I feel that.
Because like you can the way that you get, like people think you get ahead because you scrap, you pull people down, you do all this stuff. The way that you build and really get ahead is like lifting other people up and being genuinely yourself, and people see that love and that character and that value in you. And I think for me, it's like I see what I've been able to build with community. And it's because I genuinely care about people, and everybody that I meet, I treat like family.
For sure.
Yeah.
And like, I hope that people feel that every time that they see me, like, oh, that's my brother, that's my sister. Like, that's how I engage with people. And like, people know when they come into a space and they see me, like, I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna like value your work.
Yeah.
And I think because they feel that way, when people feel loved and valued, like, they're gonna reciprocate and give that back. So they'll say, oh, Liv does this. Like, I'm gonna call her because I know that she had me like when I came to the show. So like, your character matters. It really matters. It matters. And like, if you're a young artist and you're wondering like, well, I'm not getting here, I'm not getting there, it's probably because you need to work on yourself and how you come off to people.
Hey, you're a terrible person.
Yeah.
Nobody likes you.
Really though, like, people that get opportunities in the arts, people that get shows, they're likable people.
Yeah.
Like, I think about Zion, like he's out here doing 2-3 shows a day, but he's a likable person. He's a humble person.
He is.
So it's like, people want to be around him. People want to give him opportunities. He networks with people. He talks to other people. He gets other people opportunities. So it's like,
he giving people hugs.
Yes.
He's like, man, look, I don't even know you, but I'm gonna give you a hug.
and that's the
what you
thing,
need.
like that openness,
real.
especially in spaces and places like Chicago where there's like a closed, like where there's a tension, like you breaking that barrier, like, is really important. And so I think, yeah, being yourself and your character, like, over everything, like, skills can be learned. You can learn how to sing, like, you can learn all those things, but if you're a terrible ass person, like,
yeah.
I don't want to be around you. So
Real.
Yeah, that's good, man. This has been a good podcast, man. I'm glad y'all took the time to come on this show and express y'all views and values and everything.
bro.
Yeah, before we go, man, y'all want to plug in y'all stuff?
Yeah. I definitely got that. What's y'all Instagrams, TikToks, Facebooks?
Yeah, so you can just find me on pretty much everything besides Facebook. I don't be on there, but PTLG Punilo. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Apple Music, Spotify, TikTok, Instagram, whatever you want to do. You can just follow me there, and just say what's up. You ain't got to listen to nothing. Just
You ain't got to listen.
just say what's up.
Don't listen. Just say what up.
you can follow me on my website. Hey, I just dropped a website.
Ooh, okay.
Oh God.
A little while ago, but I'm still working on it. But livroscos.com, and then everything else at Liv Roscoe's. And then if you are an artist and you're looking to get connected with the communities, to get booked, all of that, you can follow at OAD Productions. That's the production company I run in the South Loop. So OAD, Overflow After Dark Productions. So, and you can see all the showcases, events. We run monthly open mics, a lot of opportunities for artists.
I might have to sign up myself.
I'm signing up too, y'all.
Yeah.
I better see y'all there, man. For
Yeah.
real. Signing up myself.
Yeah, man. I appreciate this, man. Thank y'all for giving us y'all time, y'all attention. It's been good. It's been a good podcast. How y'all feel though? Y'all
Good.
feel
It was
comfortable
fun.
about
It was good. Thank you for having us.
This was decent. I like
We
it.
try to be good hosts, man. Try to make sure y'all good, feeling comfortable,
Y'all
man.
definitely took care of us.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and this is free game.
You good?
Yeah.
This man is a little parched. Needs a little water.
I'm coming off a cold too. So.
Oh yeah, wow, damn. Okay, that's good.
Okay.
And this is free game, and the game is free, y'all. Thank y'all.